Good evening, and welcome to another World of Warships video with Captain Darkwing Glacier. In this video, I am using a replay that was given to me by a fellow member and the founder of the Naval Alliance, Captain Blackjack Honor. He is taking out the Tier 7 American premium cruiser, the Atlanta. Now, the Atlanta is one of my favorite ships of the game. Is one of the earliest premiums that I got. Perhaps it was the second, because I know the first one I got was the Indianapolis, and I think I got the Atlanta second. So, in this battle, looks like Captain Blackjack has a, let's see, it looks like a damage build in this one. He has priority target. He has preventative maintenance, last stand, demolition expert, concealment, RPF, and IFHE. IFHE is a must for this ship, at least I think so. If you're going to go for a damage build with this thing, you need to get IFHE. You can do lots of damage to enemy ships that way, and that's what the Atlanta is built for, to just rain hell down upon the enemy. He's going to be causing less fires, although that's somewhat mitigated by getting demolition expert. But the primary thing he's going to be doing in this battle is causing damage. So he also is going for more of a destroyer hunter build because he has hydro instead of defensive fire, and that's a good choice for this battle because there is no aircraft carrier. So we're in a standard battle, so he's not going to be taking any caps, and there's only one destroyer per team, so he's not going to be hunting as many destroyers as he might like, but I'm sure that there will be lots of torpedo cruisers in addition to the destroyer on the other team, which is a Fubuki, so that Hydra will still come in some use, or we'll see some use. So now he's lining up to take some shots on the Fubuki. Waiting for him to peek out from behind that island. There he goes. His shots are out. I just love seeing all those shells at the same time. Not quite a Haragumo levels of damage, but at tier 7 this suffices pretty well. So he switches target to the enemy Aoba. It does some damage there. Looks like the Fubuki has gotten away for the moment, but at the very least, seeing an Atlanta shooting at him scared the Fubuki away, and he's going to have to try to probe somewhere else. Gets one fire set on the Aoba. And seeing as he's exposed, it looks like he's kind of doing the right thing at this point. He's continually maneuvering. He's not going fast. If I were him, I would be going at full speed and pretty much staying at full speed and constantly maneuvering, because the last thing you want to do is get an enemy ship to get a bead on you. On the other hand, he's not that exposed. He's behind the main ship, so he's probably not the primary target for anyone on the other team, and he's currently out of detection now, so he's safe for the moment, and he's looking for other targets. One of the downsides to the Atlanta is its short range. He only has an 11.1 range. When I run my Atlanta, I would skip the, in my build, I skipped the RDF and I got advanced firing training instead, which gets my range out to, I think, 13.3 or something like that, which helps a lot, but I'm not able quite so much to hunt destroyers as much as I'd like, but then that's what I use the radar for. So there's the Aoba trying to back into cover, and the captain takes some damage in return. But it looks like they're both hidden behind the islands now. He sets another fire on the Aoba, and there he gets taken out, finally by torpedoes from the Icarus. One thing that he is going to have to be careful about is the amount of armor that this thing has, and that it doesn't have any. He is very likely to, if he gets spotted by a battleship and he's not careful, he is going to get blapped and blown into a million pieces. So the Leander's saying hi there as he passes. And he's got to be careful because this Iron Duke might get into his detection range. He's heading in the right direction. So Jack, if I was him, I would be turning away from this guy because he's exposed. His broadside is exposed. You got to get behind the island there, Jack. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's my cat who is watching the battle with me. Wants some attention here. Oh, he sets fire on the Iron Duke, and he gets 5 shatters, which, okay, there we go. We got some more shatters, but some penetrating hits as well, which is good news. Jack runs aground, and he is detected, so this is his first mistake. If that Iron Duke's turrets could move any faster, and this guy's paying attention, this could be a very bad day for Captain Jack. More shatters, so the IFHE is helping a little bit. There would be definitely more shatters if he was firing without the IFHE. That was lucky. He just took a broadside from the Iron Duke, and most of the shots missed. So very fortunate on his part that that wasn't the end of the game for him. He now switches targets to the New Orleans, and he's looking for the best target to shoot at. It'd probably be wise for him to hold fire until he starts moving forward again. There we go. He's starting to accelerate. And he gets a shot off just before he goes into the island. Instantly he's detected, and the amount of ships targeted on him goes up to 4 for a moment. Here comes another broadside from the Iron Duke. This could hurt. And it does. It takes out probably maybe a quarter of his health right there, which is not so good. And this is a point where I would be frantically hitting the T button thinking I have a heal, and then forgetting that the Atlanta does not have a heal. So he can't afford to take many more hits like that, so he's got to be careful. So now he has a good position behind the island, and he can pepper this New Orleans as much as he wants. The New Orleans takes a shot at him, but he's not detected, so that was a blind shot, so he doesn't take any damage at all from that. New Orleans realizes that he probably made a mistake, and he's still advancing though, so he's probably trying to get behind an island himself. And Jack is doing a good job trying to stay behind the island, but he's also losing a lot of his shots to hitting the island, so he's a little bit too close to it. But playing it safe is probably smarter than sticking your nose out a little bit too far. He tried to fire some AP a little bit, now he's back to HE. This New Orleans is definitely going to go down, and he's not aiming at Jack, so there's nothing Jack has to worry about now. He just has to finish this guy off as fast as he can, and one of his teammates gets the killing blow. But that's okay. The teams are tied now at 3 ships down each. Friendly team is down a battleship and 2 cruisers, whereas the red team's down 3 cruisers. So it's a pretty fair exchange at this point. Okay, there's New Mexico, who's not looking this way, so that means he is ripe for the picking, I guess, or the burning. And Jack is able to get away with firing without even being detected, so he's getting enough shelter from that island so that he doesn't have to worry about that. And here a lot of the shots are going right through the deck, so he's getting many penetrating hits. He's starting to rack up some damage on this guy, but now his shots are getting too much at the island, and so is the New Mexico, but he does set a fire on him. But now Jack has to start paying attention around him because there are other ships that could be spotting him at this point. So he switches fire to the Indianapolis, so he's still undetected, which is good. The enemy just loses 2 ships. And now the friendly team is up 1 ship, 5-4. That Indianapolis is going to continue plowing ahead. Captain Black is doing a little bit of damage to him. I think the Indy just launched or set off his radar, and there's going to be some 8-inch shells coming this way, I think. Nope, the Indianapolis is not looking in the right direction. So he sets the Indy on fire as well. He's already racked up more than 235 hits, now 240. So he's definitely causing quite a bit of damage here. He is being rather annoying to the other team. I'm sure this Indianapolis driver is rather angry with him, but he's currently firing at the Nuremberg instead. Honestly, if I was him, I would be trying to find that Atlanta instead of the Nuremberg, because the Atlanta is going to be far more annoying than a Nuremberg is. Although Nurembergs can be plenty annoying on their own. So I think Jack is a little bit too far behind this island that he's not going to get any shots. He switches target over to the Arizona. And down goes the Nagato on the other team. So now we're still ahead one ship. There's only 6 ships left on the friendly team, and 5, soon to be 4. And Jack gets kill number 1, taking out the Arizona. But at the same time, the enemy Algerie takes out the Nuremberg. So it's 5 friendly ships remaining to 4 of the enemy. The team scores, like no one has made it an attempt at taking the enemy base. So both scores are relatively low, under 500 points. So this is probably going to be like many battles of this kind, just wiping out the enemy completely rather than taking the base. But now that there are far fewer ships to look at, they're kind of harder to find. The only one detected at this point was the Iron Duke, and oh, there we go, there's the Algerie, and the Fubuki showed up. So hopefully the Mayoko down there will be able to take out the Fubuki without any problems. I mean, he should be able to. Either the Indianapolis or the Algerie could take out the Atlanta with a few well-placed shots. The Indianapolis has relatively low health at this point. So if I were Jack, I would be careful. Okay, he's showing broadside, so he could probably stick his nose out and finish that guy off if he went a little faster, but he's slowing down. Well, he's playing it safe. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Yeah, he's getting about half of his forward turrets off. And the Indy looks like he's going to run aground, and Jack sets fire to him, which is good. He's probably going to finish this guy off. And that will be kill number 2. Whoa, looks like the Iron Duke killed the Mayoko, and the Leon kills the Indianapolis. So now we're down from 4 friendly ships to 3 of the enemy. So that was not a good trade. So the Icarus is going to have to take out the Fubuki, and then that leaves the Leon, the York, and Jack and his Atlanta to take out the enemy Iron Duke and the Algerie. Jack fires some torpedoes. I'm not quite sure why, because the range is only 5 kilometers, or 4.5 kilometers for those. And, whoa, the Leon just went down. The Fubuki went down, so suddenly we're down 3 ships to 2. Anyway, I was going to say that the range on the torpedoes is short enough that I doubt even the Algerie is even going to detect them. If it was a flint, that might have been better, but okay. So Jack has to turn away because here come the shots. Ooh, he takes a fair amount of damage there, but he is damaging the Algerie in return. He's got to be careful, and ooh, watch that angling. Okay, he's continuing his turn. Hopefully he's going to evade the shots coming in. Jack has to be very careful here because, whoa, that was close. Because one well-placed hit and he's toast. But they still do have the advantage with the York and the Icarus. Jack needs to play smart here. Okay, he's able to get these shots over the island, which is excellent. He can whittle down this Iron Duke at his leisure and hopefully take him out. Okay, the York is starting to kite away, and he's taking all the fire, which is bad. Hopefully the York can at least is pretty good at dodging. He's also contributing to taking out the Iron Duke, and that looks like the Algerie shots on him. In the meantime, Jack is still peppering this guy. He's almost at 300 hits. Yeah, he's well over 300 hits now. And 110,000 damage almost. Doing pretty good. Alright, I think this Iron Duke is definitely going to go down. Yeah, he sets another fire. I think his days are numbered. And there are the final shots. Oh, there we go. There we got the kill. The fire, one of his fires finally took him out. Now it's just the Algerie against the 3 ships. So as long as they're careful, this one should be in the bag. And yeah, I mean, if the Alnari just sticks his nose out, then just a quick couple broadsides should be able to take him out. As long as the whoa, there go the York just went down, so things just got a little bit more complicated. At this point, he is bow on to Jack. Jack has AP loaded. I would switch to HE if I was him. And he, at this point, he could go forward because the Alnari is definitely looking at the Icarus. So if Jack just gunned his engine, he would be able to just take plenty of shots on him and take him out, because the Alnari would take too long to get his turrets traversed. But instead, Jack is backing up, maybe to get a torpedo shot, or maybe he's just trying to gauge how the Alnari is moving by using the torpedo predictor. Okay, he launches some torpedoes. I mean, the Alnari is in range, but he's not going to get... Uh-oh. And the Icarus goes down. So now it's just Jack and the Alnari. And Jack has 5,600 hit points left. Alright, I don't recall exactly how much the Alnari had, but he was relatively low on health too. But I think he has more than Jack does. Now, Jack does have an advantage. He does have the RPF, so he knows where that Alnari is. He knows that the Alnari is on the other side of the island. You're exposing a lot of broadside. Okay. He's still behind the island. As long as Jack keeps the island between him, he can open up the range. I think that's what he's trying to do. Admittedly, I probably would have tried to sneak around the island and engage him at extremely close range, which could be suicidal. Alright, there he is. Okay, he has 22,000 hit points left to Jack's 5,700. This is, as long as he's able to evade these, he should be able to whittle him down. Uh-oh, he took a hit. He's at 1,200 now. The Alnari is at 1,700. Come on. Come on. Okay, gets the Confederate award. He's at 400. Jack is at 750. This is really coming down to the wire here. 142. Jack is down to 266. Come on, land a hit, land a hit. Oh! And Jack gets the kill. And he pulls out the win with 266 hit points left. He gets 3 kills, 353 hits. He gets the Confederate award, 10 fires. And he, of course, he comes out first place on his team. So a great game for Captain Blackjack Honor. And let's see, he kills the Iron Duke, the Alnari, and the Arizona. So I think excellent game. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.